Good afternoon, teacher. My name is Martha Alvarez. I live in Yopal, Casanare, but I'm from Cau Bogotá. This is a statement of the problem of my research. Since my early years in high school, I have felt the interest of learning a language other than Spanish. At that time, in my provincial city, Yopal, Casanare, learning a language like English was impossible. First, there weren't universities or institutes that taught English. Additionally, my parents didn't have resources, money, financial resources, to give me the opportunity to study English in another city. For my parents, studying English was very difficult and impossible. Always they say that. But my interest in learning the language led me to study about myself. I listened music in English all the time. I wrote what I thought, or what I wanted to say. I wrote words, phrases, my daily experiences in English. So to write those texts, I used my Chicago dictionary to translate. After a while, I got information that the University Santo Tomás in Yopal had a distant English foreign language degree program. I enrolled, even knowing that I had to travel to Bogotá to socialize, that I had to work and study at the same time, and that I didn't have the money, and that my learning was going to be autonomous. Also, I had to postpone 3 times my studies due to my work. I work as an internship school director in a rural area. The context of the research that I'm going to use is the story of my own life as a distant student of Licenciatura Lengua Extranjera Inglés, because throughout this macro project, I can narrate my own experiences, the most important anecdotes of my English foreign language learning process at a distance, all the difficulties that I have had to overcome to continue with my learning process, my frustration, those motivations that have kept me firm in my process as a student. On the other hand, giving voices to this reality showed me to reflect on this academic and non-academic situation that we must face and solve as a teacher in an educational context with similar situation. Narrating my motivation and learning experience can become a powerful opportunity to make my own story visible, and at the same time, strengthen my voice, and through it empower the voices of my students to show our realities while teaching and learning a foreign language in a particular context. Studying a foreign language is a specific context, or studying at a distance represents a great challenge and a lot of difficulties, adversities, frustration during the learning process. Autobiographical narrative thinking is a special form of narrative research and is closely related to autoethnography. Understanding life as a narrative led Brunner 2004 to state that the stories we tell about our life are our autobiographies. Narrate our personal experiences, tell our experiences, the way in which things are given in certain situations. That is why I have decided to use biographical research to tell how has been whole process of learning as a Licenciatura Lengua Extranjera Inglés students. For this process, I think that the data collection can be made of oral narrative, writing narrative, and informal conversation, photographs, video recording, where they reflect my personal experiences, my life story. All the events that have accompanied in this learning process as a distant Licenciatura Lengua Extranjera Inglés students. In the justification, the narrative thinker is based on the premise that the human beings we come to understand and give meaning to our lives through life story. Each teacher can be considered as a unique work with a particular voice that portrays their own stories and life experiences. As a result, the use of my biographical study will allow me to tell, document, and reflect on these experiences and make sense of them. That is why the purpose of the following research is to tell my learning experiences, to preserve as teacher, my motivation, and my future planning as English teacher. In the same way, telling my learning story allowed me to reflect and deepen relevant aspects of my learning process. Moreover, it's an opportunity to think about how to promote personal interest in my work as a future teacher. I will concentrate on telling my learning story and reflecting on it to take sense through a biographical narrative, and in the same way to understand my context and the context and realities of my future students. In addition, I hope that the result of my research provides significant information to help in the process of training a student with stories similar to mine. On the other hand, giving voices of a student in training is important because it helps us to explore our teaching and learning context in order to be more aware and better understand our future students and thus obtain better results from them. In doing so, we as teachers can make more informed decisions about their practices and the learning of our students. The research questions is: what are the motivating experiences that have allowed me to continue in my academic purpose as a student of the distance education program of the Bachelor of Foreign Language in English? Therefore, the main objectives of this research project is describe the aspect that motivated my professional life project, turning the negative aspect into a favorable situation for the intellectual growth and humanization of my profession. The other objective is characterize the aspect in which my personal and professional life project was built, linking positive and negative aspects in the development of my profession. Given that the English Foreign Language Bachelor Degree Education Program, University Santo Tomás, proposes macro projects and sub-projects as a new methodology and didactic option to facilitate research in the distance education modality, in which this study has been articulated to the sub-project that will give voices to the bachelor degree in foreign language realities through life stories and experiences, making visible those unknown voices of teachers and students living in different regional contexts. This sub-project is part of the macro project that aims to understand and characterize the English language and its context. Thank you so much, teacher.